Hello and welcome, my lovely Scorpio. Scorpio, your card is the transformation card in this deck, and this is the death and rebirth card. It is the card of humility of the soul. Alright, my lovely Scorpio, this is your weekly intuitive energy and card reading for the week of December 23rd through 29th, 2019. Remember, time is merely a pretense. This can be past, present, and or future energies and or lessons. And remember, my lovely Scorpios, this is a general reading for you, but like a good fairy tale or fable, because your zodiac sign is not personality programming, but the lessons you need to learn, this reading should apply to you in some way. So please do listen to the entirety of the reading. Take what resonates, leave out all the rest. Alright, me being the Queen of Clovers, the Queen of Wands, my readings tend to focus on life, craft, action, nurturing ourselves and others, and using our will for the highest good and calling. This is my charismatic gift I share with you with unconditional love and gratitude, and I thank you now for all your likes, your subscribes, your views. Alone do support the channel. Thank you again. Please subscribe now if you haven't for Soul Evolution. Alright, my lovely Scorpios, what do we have? Well, on the 21st, we had the winter solstice, the darkest night, the darkest day of the year. And it just comes from the earth being tilted far away from the sun. And it is a very important time because, you know, it's absence of light. It's that distance makes the heart grow fonder. Do you miss the light? Do you miss the warmth? We have to kind of like work to build it on our own. It is, it was also sun in Capricorn, which is, Capricorn is being on the 21st, and Capricorn is feasibility, structures, hierarchy, very pentacle things. But let's all remember that Capricorn is a sea goat. So just like you are ruled by Mars, very fiery energy, but you're a water sign, this is that earth and water energy. And so the sea goat is a mythical creature that grew legs, learned to walk on land, and then conquered the land. And that is the sea goat of Capricorn. And basically the message of Capricorn season is to dig deep to the bottom of the ocean, find out who we are, what we need, what we want, and what calls our soul. And then also for that big Capricorn energy that we have with Jupiter that's going to last for us this whole year, this big benefic that's happening. Remember, Jupiter was the biggest nymph chaser of them all, the original nympho, as it were. Are you chasing pixies? Shouldn't you be? But basically, you should have some activation of your sexual chakras, your sacral chakra energies, and just a little more playfulness and a little more magic and dreaminess to this very, what feels like a very serious season. But we also have that new moon coming in for that new week energy on 12/26, and that is a time to set your intentions. That new moon is in, you guessed it, Capricorn, and that is just the whole, it has a solar eclipse attached to it, and the main message of that comes from the Two of Pentacles card, the card of balancing. All work and no play does make Scorpio a very dull fool. So definitely get to balancing your pentacle life a little bit more, a little play, a little play, and a little tough cards, my loves, already. But you guys need to remember to play during this Capricorn new moon, setting your intentions. The light is going to hit certain parts of the world, certain parts of us that it just never hits, just because of standard shadow. When you have sun and moon separate, they're going to be coming together in an eclipse kind of way, and then the shadows are going to eclipse things out in unusual ways that we don't need anymore. So definitely make sure you set your intentions, get ready for that energy. There's a little separate day to mention the serendipity. That is beneficial things, agreeable things coming in that we're not sought for, including answers. So definitely be ready for that. My Scorpios, your energy, all year long you've been pulling on some great energy. And now, when the big, you know, unmasking and veiling, the curtain is opening, and you guys are just pulling some tough energy. You have that Nine of Swords in the upright, Nine of Wands in the reverse, and Ten of Swords in the reverse. Ten of Swords in the reverse is torture. And you're already in nightmares, and it's because you're not doing something you should be doing. with this Nine of Wands in reverse. Nine of Wands in reverse is Nine of Wands is you shored yourself up and you're ready for battle, the last battle. The wounded warrior, you're just hanging in your wounds and your pain. You're letting it get you nuts. Crazier than a shithouse rat on crack cocaine, as Tyler likes to say. But yeah, this is just a nightmare card. Things are just piling up on you almost too. You're going to come into the Ten of Swords without doing anything. Without taking any action. You're going to come into the Ten of Swords, but because you didn't take action, you're going to feel a little tortured. You're just going to have to accept what comes. I've done this before. You're afraid to make that phone call, or you don't want to call that debt collector, and you're like, I'm going to find an answer, I'm going to find an answer, and then they send it to a court, or they, you know, they take that deposit you left and apply it to your account, even though that's not what you wanted to do. But it's like you have to deal with the consequences that come in because you didn't handle anything, you didn't take any action. And it's almost like, even though you came out of the Nine of Swords with the nightmares, you still are being tortured and by the issues, because again, you didn't take action. So now you have to move through that completion, physical and spiritual completion, a lot heavier than if you had actually taken action. And that's really messing with your head because it's very not like you. I do have some ships coming in the Fool card in reverse here for you. The Three of Wands in reverse. This is like waiting for something to come in, but the Fool card in reverse. And it's like your ships are here, but you know what this feels like? It feels like, and Spirit agrees, this feels like you did something a little successful. You got money in the bank, you've paid your bills kind of thing. You do have your ships coming in, your ships are here, but it took no risk. This is like that slow and steady kind of movement. You took no danger, and it's boring. And so much so that you're not remembering to do things you should do, like paying bills on time. I did pick that up a little bit. Or just like, you know, doing the market properly. It's like you're eating out all the time. Postmates and Ubering. Uber Eats is very expensive, I found. And it just has that feeling of, yeah, you've been neglecting doing things the right way. And so you're coming out on top, but it's boring as whatever. You're going to walk away from this with the Eight of Cups in the upright. You're going to go seek a new light, and it's going to be what you need. You're going to be victorious. Because you can live with a little bit more risk and a little bit more danger than the average Joe. Being a Scorpio, Spirit is saying to do that. Because you'll be more successful. Just because, remember I talked about finding what calls your soul. Here it is. A lot of Scorpios make excellent soldiers and police officers, and even pulling a Scorpio card can be a police officer kind of protectorate card. And this is about, you know, you don't really have that going for you right now. It's like slow and steady, mundane kind of work that is just you got to get out of. And you will be successful when you get out of it. It doesn't mean you have to go and rejoin the Army or the Marines and then be deployed to Afghanistan under fire immediately. It's just you're not at that right level of really putting it out there entirely. It's like falling down to... It's like watered down work. Is that the problem? Is the problem. And then I have the Nine of Cups here. Wish come true card in the upright. Yeah, you do have a wish coming true. I think you have an opportunity coming. There's an element of waiting in this reading and a like sitting back kind of thing. Why this Nine of Cups may have been keeping its distance from you. The Star card, the Aquarius card in reverse. You could have Aquarius in your energy that is kind of holding you back. But moreover, you're not wishing very hard. It kind of feels like you're just not, you're trying to bring about like these great changes in your life, but there's something about it that it's like you've kind of based it too hard on, it's like you're not praying anymore. You've forgotten to pray, or you've forgotten to wish upon a star. You've forgotten to put your energy out there in a more spiritual sense. I have this King of Swords here. This is very standing in your truth kind of energy, the knowledge, knowing, a very knowing kind of person. And it's almost like you've gone to such a knowing that you've given away your belief system, a little bit of your faith. It's like, I believe in God. Well, It's, I'm reading the Brothers Karamazov right now, and in Father Zozima's history, he says that if you don't believe in God's children, their ability to do great things, then why do you believe? You don't believe in God, because it's because they are God's creations and they are God's children. It's that whole like it's that thing that where people are like, oh, aliens built the pyramids. No, the fuck they didn't. We are pretty savvy bitches and dudes, and we built the pyramids, kind of thing, Scorps. And you're the kind of sign that would agree with me on that. Like, yeah, hell yeah, we're awesome. People are rad. We do a lot of shitty shit, but we got some pretty sweet things that we do as well, even now. That marvels. But this is, yeah, you've gone a little cold, a little beyond sarcastic kind of thing. I can't think of the word right now, but you've forgotten to wish upon a star. And what it is preventing some of your endings, some of your... Okay, I did have the Fool card in reverse. And so when you have a lack of faith, it becomes more difficult to take those risks. So even though you feel like you have the gumption and the Mars to do it, it's not happening because you've totally left your faith in the dark. You've kind of left your ability to pray, to, you know, have your St. Christopher medal in your pocket when traveling, kind of thing. There's something about it, and we call those, some people might call those superstitious. No, we call it having a prayer in your pocket sometimes. There are certain things that you do that are markers of your faith and show that you do believe and that you are acknowledging that in a way, and you've kind of lost some of that energy. It's like you don't believe in Santa Claus anymore, kind of thing. And it's only a little bit of it. It's not too much of it, but it's enough that it's holding you back. It's why you cannot, it's why this Leap of Faith card is in reverse. It's why the Eight of Wands card, the Battle card, this should be a Scorpio card, at least one of them, because of your Mars energy. It's also in reverse. It's a not taking action. It's really hard to get out of bed when you don't believe. You need to come back into your belief. That's the Ace of Swords, the final card here of this line. Yeah. No faith, no ending. And that means no new beginning. Yeah, you need to come back into your faith. There's something about this that has lost its magic. It's lost its Jupiter nympho kind of feeling. Like, are you chasing pixies? Are you dreaming the big dreams? And the answer would probably be no. Advice from Spirit. Oof. 10 of Pentacles. That's having everything you want. Physically. And you, in your power. Physically. Now, spiritually, I feel like you have a little regret. You have a lot of empty cups here. Even the Five of Cups usually only has 3 cups filled and 2 cups upright, but this is in reverse. That means they're all empty. That means that almost a total clearing of emotions from this situation. Almost like left behind by everyone. And it's probably a family situation with the 6 of Cups in reverse. It's a bad memory. If you are a soldier, it could be flashbacks. It could be PTSD. And it's just a bend in your spirit. You do have, but you do have command over your physical world. It's just a realization you need to take command over your spiritual world. Alright, my nephews are just battling it out there, too. You need to fire up that good old, I believe, machine. Clap your hands or the fairies die. It is that simple. Of course, I'm speaking very facetiously about deeper issues, like really falling to your knees and praying, asking God for help, asking Archangel Michael for blessings, praying to Allah, doing your noon prayers. You know, it has that energy of, yes, you need to regain your spiritual footing. It is. How do you get out of bed if you don't believe in God? I wouldn't. It seems kind of dangerous. Alright, I do have the Nine of Swords in the upright, Nine of Wands in the upright, and the King of Fire in reverse. It just tells me that you're starting to come out of your business and you're starting to take on some tasks. Some finishing tasks, some completing tasks. And it's because you don't have the empire you want. It's just you don't have the kingdom you want. You don't have shit you want. You got to work through this. It has a little bit to do with self-expression. This is my self-expression card because the King of Wands is all about coming to know yourself by sharing yourself. Which is probably important because I did get the Six of Cups in reverse again, which is about, like, you know, home, family, past life issues. And it could be even as far as past life issues, but I'm really talking about your childhoods. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, but you're starting to work on things because you don't want it to hold you down anymore. And that's a really good, that's good. Ten of Swords in the upright. This Ten of Swords in the upright and the Nine of Wands were in the upright. They were in the reverse in the prior tarot spread. So you're changing your energy. It's really hard to flip those cards. And I do feel that, like, ugh, I'm changing my energy. I'm going to start doing shit. I'm not going to be tortured by this anymore. I have to change the way I look at things. I have to remove things from my energy. I have to handle them and take away those fears. You got some fighting to do. The Queen of Swords does use her swords. It is very off with their head's energy, but it has to be done. A lot of air energy in this reading too. Ooh, and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. This might take away... Okay, I do see... you may have some severing to do, like I said. This feels like spiritual severing, though. And this is the Queen of Pentacles. It's going to be the injuries that are going to come from this, even if they are emotional, they're going to put you a step back for a moment. In this Queen of Pentacles energy, definitely set up your bills to do as much as they can alone. Set them up to auto do stuff because this is that sense of you may not be able to pay attention for a little bit because you need to rebalance your energy. That Two of Pentacles, that solar eclipse energy, that all fun, all work and no play makes Scorpio a very dull fool is 100% true. You are becoming a dull fool. And what happens when you become a dull fool and you get a little bored is you slip into those past life, again, childhood-like issues that are torturing you. And you need to, like, rebalance your life, get out of that hole. It's depression. It's falling into a depression, and it's because your use of energy is depressed as well, if that makes any sense. And you just need a little more life in your life. Even if it is profitable as it is now, it's just not enough for you. I have the Ace of Cups. A new heart. A new appreciation for self is needed. The Spirit wants you to really think about you a little bit here. Yeah, because they're like, you're going to be, ooh, yeah, you. If you're married, it's going to flip your marriage upside down or your tribe upside down. And it's also going to Five of Cups in reverse. Again, repeater card. It's going to feel like your heart is empty. It's a depression. Without a doubt. You need to come out of that. People know. If you're married, they know. People know. But they're not really sure what to do because you were doing well, like, literally a month ago. And it's just that darkening, that weighing down on us that's calling for things to come out of us right now. Great things, wonderful things, but with it sometimes comes a lot of issues that we haven't handled. And this is what I'm picking up for you, Scorpio. It's like, the Nine of Swords. It's that past issues, your demons and your past catching up with you. It's time to handle some shit so you can actually move ahead. Put down some of that tough load. And a lot of it has to do with self-love. That's why probably you've lost a little bit of your spirit too. Get your shine back, my loves. Alright, thank you for sharing your energy with me, Scorpios. Of course, have a great Christmas, a happy Hanukkah. Enjoy all the holidays and at least a couple of days off because the world is so Christian. But more importantly, have a very, very good week, my lovely Scorpios.